What is going on, you guys? It is your man, Tyler James, and today we're going to be talking about the 5 weird things that I have done to significantly improve my testosterone, my metabolism, and my overall strength and gains inside of the gym. Now, these are 5 things that are a little weird, they're a little unorthodox, and you probably haven't really seen too much of them before, but these are some things that have really helped me be able to see the results that I've always wanted to see. We get so caught up in the mundane and the routine and doing the same things over and over and over again, and sometimes we need a little change. We need a little shift to switch things up, to give us a different result that we've never seen before. And these are 5 things that I've done to see that result that I've never seen before. For my first 3 years of lifting, I always did everything by the book, so meticulous. Chicken, broccoli, rice, protein shakes. Every single day, day after day, same workouts, same routine, right? I never ever switch it up. And so I always had the same results and the same results that everybody else because that is what everybody else does. They do the chicken, broccoli, rice, protein shake diet, and you get a certain result from that that isn't optimal. And so once I changed that, and once I did these 5 things that I'm about to show you today, everything changed for me. First and foremost is going to be eggs and buttered coffee in the morning. Think about the older generation, your grandpa, your great grandpa. This is literally the breakfast that they ate every single morning. And this is why their generation is high test and our generation is not. And it's because our generation likes to eat pasteurized milk, cereal, waffles, pancakes, French toast, a bunch of BS foods with no nutritional value at all that have a bunch of carbs that are going to make you lethargic, that are going to give you brain fog first thing in the morning. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and especially if you are shooting yourself in the foot, then it becomes the worst meal of the day. So you must have a good breakfast every single day, and this is the easiest and best breakfast that you can eat every single day, right? There's not a lot of carbs in eggs and buttered coffee, and so what is going to happen is you're not going to get that brain fog. You're not going to feel lethargic by having a bunch of carbs first thing in the morning. So you should have this instead of the cereal, of the French toast, of the waffles, of the pancakes. If you are going to eat those foods, just don't even have breakfast at all, right? You are setting yourself up for failure. This is the breakfast you want to eat every single morning. And the reason why is because buttered coffee and eggs have certain properties and ingredients in them that are going to not only increase your testosterone, but also boost your metabolism and give you more gains in the gym. And the reason why is because buttered coffee has a property called MC2 oil. And MC2 oil is going to increase your metabolism, especially when you have a little bit of food in your system before. It's just going to speed up that process so greatly and rapidly that it's going to really increase your metabolism. And if you have high metabolism, you are going to be able to build muscle and burn fat way quicker. Okay, so that is why you want to start your day off with eggs and buttered coffee in terms of the metabolism. But in terms of the testosterone, what it's going to do for you is buttered coffee is going to have those healthy fats. Eggs is going to have the healthy fats, also the protein. And eggs is also a superfood. If you want to increase your testosterone, you have to focus on getting the vitamins, the minerals, and the amino acids that your body cannot create on its own, right? There's about 9 and 11 essential amino acids, vitamins, and minerals that your body literally needs to get from diet. And so many of you guys are not getting any of that from the diet that you're eating, and especially from your breakfast. So these right here, eggs and buttered coffee, has so many of those amino acids, the vitamins that your body needs in order to have those essential amino acids, essential vitamins, and essential minerals to produce more testosterone. So that is why you want to start your day with eggs and buttered coffee in the morning. It's going to help with all 3 of these things: protein, healthy fats, not having carbs in the morning so you don't have any brain fog, right? MC2 oil in your buttered coffee to be able to make the coffee last for longer, giving you more energy throughout the day, okay? These are all reasons as to why you want to have eggs and buttered coffee every single morning, not only because your grandpa and your great grandpa did it, and that is why they're high testosterone and you are not, but this is the best way to start your day. It's going to increase your metabolism, it's going to increase your testosterone, and it's going to help out with the gains that you want to see in the gym. So number 2 isn't that weird, but it is a little bit different from what people are doing today. And the reason why is because you really don't see a lot of people drinking an all-natural pre-workout and then having a quick sugar right after the gym. And the reason why you want to have a quick sugar right after the gym is because in the gym, your glycogen stores are getting deplenished. And so you need a way to replenish them. And the best thing to do is have a quick, simple sugar right after the gym. Something like an orange or a pineapple is great right after the gym to replenish your glycogen stores and allow your body to kickstart the rest and recovery process. So not only that, but you also want to have this about 30 minutes before you eat that big meal at night, so your body can absorb more protein. When you have a quick sugar right after your workout, not only are you replenishing your glycogen stores, but you are also allowing your body to go into a state where it can absorb more protein. So when you eat that bigger meal, you're not shitting it all out, and you can absorb more protein and keep some of that for yourself. And then the next thing is going to be an all-natural pre-workout, right? I am not a fan of these C4s, these Ghosts, these Celsiuses that people drink on an everyday basis. And the reason why is because it's not just caffeine. They are putting a bunch of other stuff in these energy drinks that are no good for your body and are extremely toxic for your body and make it very addicting, right? That is why you see people drink these day after day after day after day. Red Bull, Monster, they are so common in our society today because they are addicting. And the reason why is because it's not just caffeine they're putting in these things. It's so many different properties and chemicals that are literally making people addicted to it, and it's not healthy. It is not a good way to live your life, okay? So you have to avoid these unnatural pre-workouts. And you are going to feel anxiety, you're going to feel anxious when you drink them. Do you really like that tingly, weird feeling that you get when you have the pre-workout? I hated that, right? It is not natural, and it's not something that you want to be putting into your body. And so a much better alternative and a much better route to go is to have an all-natural pre-workout. Pink Himalayan salt, raw honey, right? A banana or an orange, right? Quick, simple sugars. So you can have that quick pump, and so your glycogen stores are getting replenished right away, right? In the gym, your body is going to break down. Your muscles are going to break down, and outside the gym is where they grow. But you also want to have a great pump, so you have a little bit of sugar in your system. That happens through the all-natural pre-workout. You're getting electrolytes, you're getting amino acids, you're getting vitamins from the pink Himalayan salt, from the banana, right? And it's just the best way to go about your workout. And then another thing that I do for my all-natural pre-workout is having a little bit of raw honey. Raw honey has a lot of enzymes that your body needs in order to have that pump effect, okay? So every single time you go to work out, make sure you have a little bit of pink Himalayan salt, a little bit of raw honey, and a little bit of like a simple sugar. Banana is the best in my opinion. It's just easy, gives you that potassium, and then after the gym, orange, okay? So these are the two things that you can do right before and right after the gym to really kickstart that rest and recovery process, get amazing pumps, and have great workouts. Pre-workout, quick sugars after the gym is great, but what is more important is getting sunlight, getting a lot of vitamin D. That is what is going to really increase your testosterone, and specifically getting vitamin D on your balls. If you did not know, your balls is what produces testosterone. Your balls is really the reason for your testosterone levels. Think about a dog. When they cut off a dog's balls, he becomes docile, he becomes weak, he becomes all friendly, he becomes literally like a girl, right? And so what you got to do is you have to understand that your balls is going to be the key to your testosterone levels. And so getting vitamin D on your balls is going to increase your testosterone. Now be smart. Don't do anything dumb. Don't get in trouble for doing this. Make sure you do it in a secluded area where no one's around. But this is going to be the best thing that you can do to literally put your testosterone levels through the roof. And the reason why is because vitamin D is a pro-hormone. Vitamin D is literally responsible for life on Earth. Photosynthesis. If there was no sun, there would be none of us, right? And so it is so essential for you guys to have adequate vitamin D levels every single day. And so what you want to be doing is getting sunlight for 30 minutes a day, but also targeting about 10,000 IUs of vitamin D every single day, right? If you live in a cold and dark place and you're not getting a lot of sunlight, make sure you are supplementing 10,000 IUs every single day. You might not need 10,000, but somewhere around the 4,000 to 6,000 range is going to be great. Not only is sunlight and sunning your balls very important, but also just tanning in general. You guys should be getting out into the sun. You should be outside. You should be in nature. You should be grounding. You should be doing all of these things to increase your testosterone levels, right? On the weekends, when you have time, you should not just be sitting inside, watching TV, on your computer, on your phone, not interacting with people, not doing anything. That is how you lower your testosterone. That is how you increase your dopamine levels and lower your motivation levels, right? You want to have high motivation, and one of the best ways to do that is by having high testosterone. And having high testosterone comes through getting sunlight, getting vitamin D, tanning, sunning your balls, getting the things that is essential for you to actually live a complete life, okay? Vitamin D, getting outside is so important. And this is why I say get 30 minutes of sunlight a day. In the mornings, go outside, close your eyes and look at the sun for 5 to 10 minutes, right? And then for lunch, go for a little walk, get outside, and then basically right there you already have 30 minutes. And then on the weekends, just tan one time a week, and then sun your balls one time a week on the weekends as well, right? Make sure, again, it's a private area, it's secluded, nobody can see you. But if you do this, you're going to get vitamin D directly on the spot that produces testosterone. How would this not increase your testosterone levels? There are studies out there that have men who have sunned their balls and their testosterone increased by 200%. So it's so important for you guys to just try it, and see what happens. Your balls produce testosterone. And so if you are getting vitamin D on your balls, your testosterone is going to explode. The next thing is going to be smoking a cigar one time a week. Smoking a cigar is just a masculine pastime that every single man should partake in at some point in his life. Right? I understand there's some smoking risk and it's probably not the healthiest thing long term, but smoking cigars is going to lower your cortisol. It's an aromatase inhibitor and it's going to allow you to increase your testosterone, right? It's an estrogen blocker. That's what an aromatase inhibitor is literally blocking estrogen. And if you want to have high testosterone, you have to have lower cortisol. And whenever I smoke a cigar and I go outside and smoke it and get some sunlight while I smoke it, my testosterone just goes through the roof. I feel stronger. I feel more relaxed. I feel calm, right? And whenever I smoke it with a friend, it's just a masculine bonding thing that you guys can do that is better than drinking, that is better than smoking weed, that is better than any of these bullshit things that people do nowadays that are going to ruin their health, right? So if you want to get together with a friend and you want to have a bit of a guilty pleasure, cigars is the best thing that you can do to actually increase your testosterone and lower your cortisol. Whenever I smoke one, I'm always very chill, I'm always very relaxed, and my cortisol just feels down from smoking it, and I feel better, right? The only downside to smoking a cigar, in my opinion, is just the taste that you get in your mouth after. It's not the best taste, but honestly, it's just a fun thing to do with you and your boys, right? If you and your boys, you want to have a good night, you want to have some fun, smoke a cigar together. Have some steaks and smoke a cigar together, and your cortisol will be way down and your testosterone will be way higher, right? One of the best things that you can do just in general to increase your testosterone, to be around other men, is by hanging out with your friends, hanging out with your boys. You're going to increase your testosterone, you're going to lower your cortisol, and smoking a cigar is a great thing that all you guys can do. And the best hack to do is smoke a cigar while getting sunlight, and your cortisol is going to lower. If you smoke a cigar, get sunlight, put your feet in the ground, your cortisol is going to be way down, you're going to be chilling, everything's going to be good, and you're going to have a great time. This is why I highly recommend you guys do it one time a week. If not one time a week, maybe that's a little too much, once every 2 weeks. That is kind of the rate I'm at. I'm either one time a week or once every 2 weeks. And whenever I do it, I just feel like my cortisol is lower. I'm more relaxed. I'm getting out. I'm in the sun. It's just a great time, and I'm hanging out with my friends, and I'm not drinking or doing some dumb shit. Number 5, and my personal favorite, is going to be drinking raw milk. Something about raw milk just makes me feel like Superman. I don't know what it is, but every time I drink raw milk, I feel stronger in the gym. I feel like I can lift 1,000,000 more pounds than usual. And I notice this because for the past 4 or 5 months, I've been off raw milk. I haven't been drinking it. I am started to cut, so I didn't really need it. And I just felt like, that extra level of motivation, that extra push, that extra drive was just not there. And then recently, in the past 2 weeks, when I've gotten back on it, I feel stronger in the gym. I feel more motivated. I feel like I have more drive, and I feel like my testosterone has increased. And that is through drinking raw milk. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's placebo, but something about raw milk just makes me feel more masculine. I love raw milk, okay? And the reason why is because raw milk has not only more vitamins, minerals, and amino acids than your typical milk, but raw milk has a higher quality of those vitamins, amino acids, and minerals. And not only that, if you are drinking grass-fed raw milk, which most raw milk is probably going to be, it is going to be even of a higher quality than any type of raw milk that you would normally get. Okay, so this is why you want to drink raw milk, because not only are you getting essential vitamins, amino acids, and minerals that your body cannot produce on its own, but it's getting the highest possible quality of this. Think about all the milk that goes through pasteurization and fermentation. That stuff is just not good for your body. And you don't want to be drinking that. And so every time I was drinking regular milk when I was, trying to put on pounds, trying to put on weight, drinking whole milk that I got from the store, I would have crazy acne. My acne would shoot up everywhere, right? But when I drink raw milk, none of that happens because it's just a pure form of milk and it's not toxic to your body. I also noticed my gut health is a lot better too. I poop first thing in the morning and that's it, right? This is the best way you want to live. Drinking raw milk is going to increase your testosterone levels. It's going to make you feel like Superman. You're going to be stronger in the gym. If you've never tried it, go to a farmer's market, see if they have it available, buy it, drink it for 1 week, and see how you feel. See if you're stronger in the gym, right? That is my challenge to you. If you've never had it before, if you think it's going to make you sick, if you think it's going to do this or that, try it for 1 week and see what happens, and you will feel like Superman. So these are the 5 things that I do on a daily and weekly basis to really increase my testosterone, to really increase my metabolism, and get more gains in muscle size in the gym. So if you guys want to be able to do this, and if you want to have a one-on-one coaching plan to take you to that high testosterone, that high metabolism level where you are putting on weight and then also burning fat at a very, very fast pace, looking your best, feeling your best, being your most confident, click the link in the bio, book a one-on-one call with me, and I can see if you're a good fit for my one-on-one coaching program so you can increase your testosterone, so you can put on more muscle and be the man that you've always wanted to be.